The title right. The 98 Vikings in Madden. You can get it yourself. If you can get it yourself, Jacob, if you want to check it out, you can just go into the. Here, I can take you step by step directions if you want. Yeah, Jacob's back again. Everybody had raving comments about his intense enthusiasm for the Super Bowl
Oh
stream.
my god. Thanks for all your support.
So you go to customize and you go to share and manage files. You go to the download community files and just go 98. You have to press the triangle button, I think, for a space after it, or it won't do anything. And then you select
I'm at
search, and it'll be like the first
after
thing.
customize, where do you go?
What?
I'm at customize. I didn't hear what you said. It's
Oh,
that damn
okay.
music so loud.
Customize. You go to share and manage files.
Okay.
No, it's the big thing on the left. I'm telling you, I do this instead of my thumbnail up. Yeah, the downloaded community files. Then go on the search thing, and put 98. It'll take a while to load. It took me like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what's doing it now. You turned the music off on here, didn't you?
Yeah, I could probably. Yeah, I actually did turn it off because it's all copyrighted.
Oh, true.
Yeah, yeah. I tried one thing. I could do it on Twitch, and I could leave the music in then, because Twitch doesn't care, but YouTube does.
I was just wondering, is the music's? I'm not a big rap guy, so
Yeah, there's only a couple songs I know too. And we'll get to for everybody joining. We can check out the roster. Well, Jacob's trying to figure it out. Unfortunately, I would have think that if in casual matches, if you guys have the exact same roster, you could play each other, but it doesn't let you. But here's what the roster's looking at. Right, it's not perfect. I just downloaded it off. Somebody else made it. So here, what we're looking at. Randall Cunningham's a 94 overall. Brad Johnson 80. 97 awareness. Where is that? I'm pretty sure he's older than 31, but age doesn't really matter. Juke move 88. Was he still that nimble late in his career? Throw power 90. Yeah, throw deep accuracy doesn't matter when you're throwing to 84. I think it's weird. I think these are all the three quarterbacks on the roster, which is really funny. That they had all three quarterbacks, so they didn't have the time to make Jake Reed. So we'll have to make Jake Reed before you get into anything too crazy. But here's your boy Robert Smith. Which, by the way, I think Adrian Peterson's number one for everybody, but besides for him, who's your number one favorite running back? Probably
all
Dalvin.
time or for the Vikings?
You can say NFL. That's fine.
Uh, either I'd either say Barry Sanders or you talking about right now, currently, or of all
Or
time?
whatever
All
you
time.
feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I'd gotta say AP, honestly, just
Yeah,
because, just think about 2012 and how every single play, like no one's afraid of Christian Ponder. Everyone's there, like everyone's stacking the box the whole time, and he's still obviously almost breaks the rushing record. So, I mean, I some guy you can dispute that.
yeah. Give Ponder some props though. That's like 3 games of the year. He was actually playing like a decent enough quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was probably 100% because of Adrian, and I agree with every point
Or
you said.
yeah, like 2000, like on Ponder, 2013 was a whole. I think we went 3-13 or something terrible like that. I don't remember, but we scored like 24 points a game that season. But our defense would just blow it in the last minute of the game every time. So,
Yeah, I remember that was the year if like the game ended like a minute and a half before, we would have been like 12
yep,
and 4 or something.
yep. So I've never put all on Ponder, but he's not good by any means. But I've never thought he was as horrific as people said he was.
Honestly, like skill set wise, not much different from Keenum.
Yeah.
I mean, Keenum's obviously more of a winner. A little bit better arm talent. Where's the? Trying to find the
Basically,
tape or whatever that Moss would wear on his elbows.
oh,
I
oh
wonder where they
yeah.
have that listed.
Yeah, Ponder was basically Keenum in the Steelers game.
All right,
That's
Vikes.
how I describe it.
I will show you how to do it in just a sec.
I
I
just
know the.
downloaded it.
So I'll save it quick. I'll show you how to do it. How you doing, Gaming Salt? You go here, Shaming Managing Files. You go here. No, I don't want to search it. I don't even want to go to the roster thing because that'll make it load forever. But you go here, you R1 once. You'll be on the roster. You see that in the tabs at the top. You'll be in the roster. You press triangle to search. Search 98, and it'll be the first thing up. The only two rosters that are up are that have been edited are the Vikings and the Falcons. Jados. I'll just put it in the chat. I kind of want to play around with this. And then Jacob said he wants to get absolutely destroyed in Madden, so I volunteer as tribute.
I don't want to, but that is the most probable outcome.
I think one of my favorite things to do on these streams is my trash talk when I'm playing random kids online.
I'm good at defense, terrible at offense.
Alright, that sounds good, Vikes. Yeah, the only thing I really don't like about defense is your lack of overall control.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good at like I'm pretty good at like knowing the player. Like my friend never runs the ball, so I never blitz ever, and that like shuts him down.
Yeah, that's what you do online. You get their tendencies down. It's not too hard, especially when it's only like 5 minute
Yeah.
quarters. Like my friend has one of his friends is just awful, but he just does halfback slip screen and gets like 80 yards every time. You know those people that are super bad that you can do like pump block. I'm trying to
Oh
find
God.
the Randy Moss tape stuff that he had on the back of his elbows. And by the way, if you guys ever want to comment different stats that should be a thing, I'm pretty sure I'll make Moss 99 in all the speed categories. You think acceleration too, Jacob?
Yeah, I'd say so. Actually, he had really long strides, so I'm not too
Yeah, so
sure
maybe
if
like 96,
acceleration.
97.
Sometimes those people have longer strides, take a lot longer to get going, but
And then usually my rule of thumb is like taller guys can usually have a higher overall speed but lower acceleration.
yeah.
But shorter guys get the acceleration but a little bit less top end speed. I mean, unless I'm just not seeing it, I do not have no idea where that is. So we'll just deal with this. We go to the ratings. I don't know why they just have it at 96. I mean, he was the most freakish receiver ever. I go like 90. I'll go 98 acceleration. Just one short. I think awareness is way too high. No rookies ever have a 94 awareness, so I'm going to drop this a bunch. It doesn't really matter anyways. But his whole career, Moss is running like two routes. And catching for Moss is always a weird one for me. Because he can catch everything, but he also has some key drops. Because he had a big drop in the Falcons game. So what do you do for catching? Like spectacular
I
catch
don't know.
99, normal catching 90?
It's gotta be higher than 90, I'd say. I mean, if you're comparing him to like Chris Carter, who's just like the reliable automatic catch guy. I mean, but
Yeah,
he's
like
still
that's
a
always have
top
to like
10.
do those things. Like Chris Carter's like the stable 99 guy. That's all he does is catch touchdowns. I'll go 96. Jump. How is this jumping 96, 99? Spectacular catch, 99. Catching traffic. The dude was catching the balls on corners' backs the whole time. Route running is another weird one. Because, again, especially his rookie year, I don't think he did much short. He
No.
honestly had like the route tree of Cordero Patterson. So I'm
Except
going to
he's
drop
actually
that
good.
to like 70.
He's the he's the better 84 in
Yeah,
Vikings
well, he's
history.
the best 84 ever. He better be the better one. Release 99. I don't think he got injured at all. Player traits. Did he make sideline catches? I think he did. Drops open pass. Okay, so
Yes.
that's a good balance. Have drop open passes on yes, and I'll give him a little more catching since that's a thing. All right, so we got him mid. How is his overall? Okay, overall as 91. I think that's fair just because it takes awareness and route running into consideration. Because in 98, everybody can answer this one. Who is the better receiver between Moss and Carter?
Moss.
You think Moss was?
Moss. Yeah, I think he had one of the best rookie seasons of all time. So I
Yeah,
don't know. They kind of work in tandem though, but
yeah. Like
man,
Moss was just like the cheat code. I could always go over the top, but Carter was just like the most reliable receiver of all time.
yeah, I would compare it to like Diggs and Thielen light, like or they're the souped up version of Diggs and Thielen, where Diggs will have some more highlight worthy plays, obviously, but Thielen's kind of your more consistent
First
guy,
down,
I'd say.
first down
Yeah.
kind of guy. How is Chris Carter at 92 catching? I'm pretty sure that the roster said it had no errors. Not sure
Yeah,
about that.
100% accurate. Oh my God, Chris Carter looks awful in
Yeah, I
that.
know. I think some of these are just they just copied over somebody else's face. 'Cause I'm pretty sure one of our receivers is Quan Treadwell,
Oh,
and Moss or Carter ran routes. Sorry, Bryce the Beast. Dropped open passes a yes. Okay, this person's actually a little bit stupid. Um, all right, done. All right, so when this is done, this has Carter at 95 and Moss at 91. I think as far as Madden, I think that makes sense. Because like awareness and route running, so different. And a 4 point difference isn't that big of a deal. I think that's fine. But now Jake Reed, I don't know a whole lot about him. I have to look up what he all is.
Bryce the Beast, man. I'm sorry, dude, but Calvin Johnson is not better than Randy Moss.
He's always just trolling. He's a homie. Creation Center. Bryce, if you want to join on, I could comment. I couldn't, but we could do a roulette or whatever the hell it's called, and we could all play. I could play Jacob, and you could play the winner, A- aka me. Um, Jake. Let me make sure I spell everything right. I used to do so much work in making so many custom rosters in Madden. I would used to be really kind of insane, and I'd make my high school roster in Madden. I took a lot of work, but that was a lot of fun. So EA, if you're watching this, check out these creation abilities. You can just hire me right now. 86. See, hope that's not
Okay, I gotta
taken. No,
ask you
it's not
about this.
taken.
You didn't happen to see NFL Network's final power rankings, did you?
Nah, they're. I saw like the headline on the NFL one.
Well, the Viking. the Vikings are not in the top 5, and the
Yeah,
Saints
I
are
thought it was
above
like
us.
7th, wasn't it?
It's just how can you put the Saints above us when we beat them twice?
Well, they're obviously better. And you not hear they have the 2 Rookie of the Years.
Yeah.
All right, Jake Reed. I don't know if there's a better helmet. I don't think it really matters. He'll go 2 bars. I don't think he has a visor. Face marks, give him the eye paint.
All right, go get some food from the oven real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Man, this is back in the day when not everybody wore gloves, so I wasn't really sure. But he does have gloves on in these pictures I'm seeing. So we're going to give my boy gloves. Anybody know what type of receiver Reed was like? I know he was fast. He was very similar to the other two. I'm going to make him kind of like a generic type deep threat guy. I don't know a whole lot about him. We'll just do something like this. And I'll drop that a bit. I know it was 3 deep and he got like 1,300 yards a few years before. Awareness, I'll put like right there. Let's just do the stats that really matter. Why don't you give Randy Moss some kick returning? Should I make Moss the all-time kick returner in Madden? Well, you probably honestly should be like a 99 there. A spectacular catch. Right there-ish. Route running. Again, I'm making Jake Reed extremely generic because I don't really know a whole lot about him. But once I do this, I think we can get into an AL game. By the way, looking at the Falcons roster, I have no idea how the hell they beat the Vikings. We'll say that's a yes. We'll say that's a yes. Say that's a yes. We'll say that's a yes. We'll say that's a no. And we will say that's good. So I'll save the player. Yeah, I should feel grateful if this is the most boring part of the stream because I was planning on making the whole roster during the stream. Unfortunately, it was already made, so we are all good to go. Here's the third part of... Did I leave him white? Please let me change. Did I forget to change what he looks like? No, I don't even care. I don't even... It's just a generic Madden character now, but it's alright. Alright, so we're gonna go Falcons in Minnesota. I don't know, the Vikings have a better overall than the Falcons, that's sad. Alright, so the closest we're gonna do is the 2000s. Away 2000s home throwback, here we go. Now I gotta get a good... What's the most? 98 style offense. Who throws the ball deep the most? Just go spread? Run and shoot. Not sure what that means. We'll run and shoot. It sounds cool. Alright. So team late old 98 Vikings. Ain't doing 15-minute quarters though. Don't got time for that. No, since it's a brand new roster, play prime time in. And let's play at US Bank. Who cares? And if you guys wish there was music here, you can thank a YouTube policy to make sure. Even though, honestly, at this point, I should just keep the music in. I don't know. The music in Madden's not even good enough to keep in most of the time. The best song, they censor the hell out of it. So it just makes it awful. Just makes it cringy for me. There we go. Get a start on defense. Boom.
Between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
My God. This team is slow.
Call it the 24-yard line.
I also kind of want to make an all Vikings roster. It's a little bit too OP. But I always thought it'd be fun. Just the idea.
All the grades.
Yeah. I know there's a Hall of Fame roster in that same thing. And I could just add on it. And I think it'd be fun to do like a fantasy draft. And do a whole franchise mode on that.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Randall McDaniel. Isn't Randall McDaniel the leading tackler all time for the Vikings?
I honestly don't know Vikings history that well, so.
God damn it. I don't know how to run routes to tackle people. My God. Should have been a tackle for, or a run for 2 yards. That's alright. Just getting the rust out so I can promptly beat any type of life Jacob has inside of him.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get caught up here. I was trying to watch it on PS4, but it's so delayed on there. So
oh really?
Pull it up on YouTube here.
McDaniel. Okay, thank God he's in it. Oh my! Thank God Chandler is the worst quarterback of all time. Not only does he break the first tackle, get lucky, then he just keeps drifting backwards for a 12-yard sack. Does he have any good corners?
Alright, I'm watching.
Come on, John Randall. God, he looks so fat. It's cool to see how similar Randall is to Everson.
Yeah, about the. I mean, obviously Everson Griffin. I mean, yeah, I just wonder why Everson Griffin dropped off so much. His foot was really that bad, or?
Yeah, I think a lot of them
like Randall-like season.
Yeah, he was having a Jared Allen-like season.
That's for sure.
And I love going up 3rd and 20s. That's why I love playing on defense. Let's see about you. It'll be fun.
I know absolutely nothing about the Falcons roster.
Yeah, especially, yeah. I'm bad enough in Vikings history. Like, 98 Vikings, I'd be like Randy Moss, Carter, Brad Johnson was the injured quarterback, and it was, what's his face?
So Brad Johnson was injured?
Yeah, Brad Johnson got hurt before. It was like just like this year with Bradford and.
Okay. I know we got Cunningham.
Yeah, Cunningham. I don't know why I went so blank there.
Oh.
Yeah. Ain't fooling me, kid. That was rude.
Oh! Nice.
Alright, and look at Jacob taking notes. Now beat me. Taking it right now on my tendencies.
A little bit delayed.
Yeah, I know. You can stream snipe me and figure out what play I'm gonna do. It's in time for me to audible.
So you like playing the D end, it appears.
Yeah, I really don't like playing people in coverage. I usually
Yes.
just go guys blitzing. So that's a really good way to tell if I'm blitzing if I take over a linebacker quick.
Great contest on third down to bring up.
Apparently Madden 17 is really easy to block kicks.
Kick is
I think I only got one so far, and 18 is usually because I think it's like every like 50 kicks it'll just generate a fumbled snap, and then you can block those. Except on All Pro, because of course they wouldn't make mistakes. Boom. Really? Randy Mosh isn't my kick return? Yeah, like an all Vikings roster. Who do you put as a returner? Harvin or Patterson?
Oh no, Patterson, I'd say for sure.
Really? So I thought Patterson was or Harvin was the more explosive one.
Yeah, I don't remember too well, but I mean, yeah, Patterson has the highest yards per return, I think. Well, in the NFL, at least before last year, he did, and then has the most returns for a touchdown out of like
Oh,
the
boy.
minimum years or whatever. Not like all time, and I mean as far as like the first 4 years or whatever compared to Harvin.
Yeah, Harvin was also injured all the time. So if injuries are off the table, not sure why Jake Reed isn't starting. Fixing that real quick. It was like can we talk about Belichick's decision to bench their best defensive player?
Yeah, apparently, like Ian Rappaport broke news today that I guess he missed curfew and had something like involved in marijuana, then was sick, and then all of that just I guess Belichick decided to bench him. But you think after a half of destruction you would have put him back in, but I guess
Yeah,
not.
like I would think if I'm the coach, the disciplinary is you don't start him, then you go from there. Robert Smith.
I remember Cam Newton is last year or so, the 2016 season, got benched for he was gonna get benched for disciplinary, like breaking a team rule. And the first pass of the game, the backup quarterback throws a pick six, then Cam Newton's back in on the next drive.
Oh, well, was that who was that awful quarterback? Was it Sanchez or the other Jet quarterback that for the first play was a pick six when he played him? I think wasn't it Geno Smith?
Geno Smith?
Yeah.
When did we? I don't remember playing him. Is that 2
Okay,
years
that
ago?
was a while ago. I think it was the first play. Anthony Barr pick six.
Really? That had to have been his rookie
Oh, I totally
year, so
pressed
that'd be
my
like
button there, but I'll take it.
'Cause I know Anthony Barr, like rookie season filled with highlights like that, so it's probably.
Well, yeah, Barr was super splashy. He went down a bit like last year, even though he still made the Pro Bowl. And I thought this year he was back to form.
Oh god, he is so good this year.
Yeah. Like, who would you say is better between him and Kendricks?
Definitely Barr. I think
Really?
the middle linebacker position can be filled a lot easier than I mean, I feel like there's just more reliable middle linebackers that are like Kendrick's position, whereas Barr is kind of the dude that can move around a lot more scary on a blitz, and I don't know, just in coverage, I feel like he's more reliable than Kendrick's.
Oh boy. It's 3 deep. I like this playbook. I think I made the right offensive playbook for this team. All types of deep
every time.
passes.
I really like the Vikings playbook in this year's Madden. Just like play actions, run like up the gut.
Yeah, I thought it felt fairly realistic.
Yeah.
I still wish it had more situational type depth chart choices.
Yeah,
And on defense, there's no 3 defensive end sets for 3rd and longs.
This was
Oh,
Dalvin Cook
Robert
was higher
Smith.
rated.
What do you say?
So Dalvin Cook's like I get excited when I play with the Vikings because he's in there, but he's not rated very highly. He's obviously only played 4 games, so
Yeah, and rookies are usually like in the 80s. That's about as high as they go. Yeah, taking the fall. We're playing the 98 Vikings roster. You can download it on it. This is what the roster is looking like. I'll go through the depth chart for you. Here, your boy Randall Cunningham is at 94. Oh, you probably like him. There's your Eagle fanboy moment. Was Randall Cunningham the as far as all-time Eagle quarterbacks? Is he like number 2? But yeah, that's your boy. Unfortunately, had his best season in Minnesota. So
anybody who, like you always say, anybody that played with Randy Moss and Chris Carter is gonna have their best season.
yeah, that helps. Chris, is this? I'm pretty sure Chris Carter is actually Stephon Diggs. I'm pretty sure that's the face they took.
Oh God.
You're wearing his jersey? That's cool. I don't know how, because Carter or Cunningham's career in Philly, he was just pretty much a really cool, like kind of like Cam Newton-esque quarterback, right? A strong arm and could run. Just actually could also throw.
I'd say so. I mean, I'm not too familiar with it, but
Yeah, if I would base it off what it was in Minnesota, I mean, we had him when he was. I actually think what happened is Cunningham was retired, and it was kind of like a Favre situation almost, and they got him to come back for a year.
Yeah, I think Denny Green took him out of retirement. I think they had a relationship.
Yeah.
I compare Randall Cunningham, at least from his 98 season, to like Mike Vick, except whereas Mike Vick might choose to run over pass, obviously, Randall Cunningham would choose to pass over, but he can run still.
Yeah, I don't know how explosive he was running in 98, because it was all like far where he had no type of. He has a record for the longest punt. That's funny. Just like Foles has a record for best hands ever. That was a really sick play. Like that's something that I disappointed as a Vikings fan is the Vikings goal line plays were really unique in like the first half and middle of the year, but then it was just all really generic stuff at the end.
Did you recognize that play from anywhere?
Did we run it?
No, the Bears ran the exact same play against us.
Oh, that okay. So there you go. Eagles stealing plays from the Bears. The only place where the Patriots would never look. They would never think to check out what the Bears did.
I think it was a 2-point conversion, though.
Yeah, I remember the play now.
The funny thing about that was John Gruden like I need to put that in my playbook, and then someone goes back to his Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They literally ran the same play.
Really? That's
so
funny.
It's in his playbook, and he like forgot.
Oh,
about it, I guess.
He fell down. I thought we got sacked. I guess he just tripped by his own guy. So he was just laying there for a sec. I wasn't moving, and then the bristle wasn't blown, so I didn't fall on him. That was funny. Yeah, he gets ran over by his own guard. Yeah, taking the fall about your comment on why I didn't think it was the catch and that went out. We can talk about those too, Jacob, but I made the point clear is that I just thought it was really inconsistent, is what was called earlier in the regular season. Oh, Jacob's gone. But yeah, taking the fall, that was my thing. It was just since the ball came out, it looked like it was bobbling in, so I don't think he completed the whole catch. Now, I don't think by any means that that's what blew the game, even though that was obviously like the second biggest player. So, what's up, Tyler? The 98 Vikings. You can check this out on your roster if you want. If you want to check out the roster at any point, tell me. We're gonna play it. When Jacob's back after this game, I think I'll play him with the normal Vikings roster or whatever. Yeah, I think that's how but it came out because I think he was still bobbling it. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of angles. I would hope that maybe they had a better angle than the TV broadcast gave us. But I didn't think it looked like he had full control when he was taking those steps. And I thought that's why it was kind of like the Thielen one at that point, because Thielen caught it 2 feet in, his third foot came in, elbow fell down, then bobbled, then incomplete.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry.
Alright. Decided to get a quickie from your softball girls?
No,
4th and 1. So what did you think about those iffy catch calls in the Super Bowl, Jacob?
Well, so I know in your video that one dude freaked out at you, but that dude's an idiot because the NFL doesn't even know what the rules are, and they're like going into this offseason trying to fix it. But the second one, the first one I think shouldn't have been a catch, and the second one I think where he dove in the end zone, I think that was a touchdown because if you turn into a runner, if you're running and the instant the ball, like the tip of the ball touches the plane, the play is done. So, like he took 2 steps and was a runner, I guess. So, I'd call that one a catch.
See, it's just so confusing that I don't know the scenario and why being a runner matters. Like, you'd think that they made that a difference because they thought there was some way you could cheese it or something, like barely catch it and the play's over. I don't know. I don't really get it. I can't really.
I think this is my prediction for how they're gonna change the rule. So a catch is defined by having control, maintaining control, and having 2 feet down or 2 like limbs down or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Thielen would have counted.
Yeah, what they need to change it to is instead of maintaining control or whatever, if you have control, the instant that second foot is down, the play should be like if you have control and then both your feet touch the ground in the end zone, the play should be done. The play should instantly end the same way as that the tip.
Oh my God, Moss burned him. Oh my God. Just tap circle, boys. It's just that easy. Oh. Just tap circle. That was good coverage. You tell like 2 yards over Moss. Nice tap circle. Saw Moss, single coverage. Oh my goodness.
That's all it takes.
But yeah,
basically any game with Randy Moss, all I have to do is hit circle.
Yeah, my first Madden was Madden 05, and that was so fun because that was Culpep ref at his really good years. He had like a 94 overall, and Moss was 99, of course. All you do is tap circle.
Yeah, but do you like that idea about the catch rule or whatever?
Yeah. I don't know how they'll word it because I don't know why the Thielen one gets blown over the rug so fast, and then the Jesse James one's the one of discussion.
Yeah, like the thing about Thielen is that he caught it, he had control, both feet touched the ground. At that point, I think the play should be done. It should be a touchdown. But then he fell to the ground, and then he readjusted it, and I guess that's where the maintaining control thing comes into play, and that's where I guess they rule it not a catch, which is just ridiculous. It's a catch.
Yeah, that was. And that's low-key like the second biggest play of the year for the Vikings.
I know.
We get that catch, we get home field advantage, and who knows how the Eagles game goes then.
Oh my God, he's so right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like, that's literally the difference between home field advantage or not. Like, 3 words in a rule book is the difference in playing at home and playing in Philly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Have you
not
seen our
saying that
schedule?
guarantees the Vikings a win, or even that it would be not an awful blowout. But
Yeah.
I think the chances are a lot less likely.
I just don't know what happened. And Zimmer says that, because I think I talked about it, you talked about it, everyone kind of talked about it, how the pass rush just wasn't really there anymore at the end of the year. Well, it was partially due to injury, but I think that was also game plan um, just to, like contain the quarterbacks in the pocket and just not rush as many guys. There's less exotic blitzes. And Zimmer said that's because it was working so much earlier in the year that he never changed it up. And eventually I think it just became easy to pick apart, and that's kind of what went wrong in the end of the Saints game and the Eagles game.
Yeah. And I get your point in taking the fall. But even if you guys have to play your starters in that game, there's the risk of injury, and there's so much more that could happen if that game's meaningful for you. So even if everything stays the same, we still are the second seed, that can change up the playoffs a whole lot.
Taking the fall, do you want Nick Foles going forward or Carson Wentz? Because Doug Peterson, when he was asked about who the quarterback was going forward, I'm pretty sure he's just being the typical coach thing, but he said he doesn't know who's going to be the quarterback going forward.
You know, not
Which I think is
like we talked about Drew Brees a while ago. Like, it's rare that you could get like an MVP quarterback. You know, there'll probably be a Super Bowl MVP quarterback on the market.
Yeah. Not even a question taking the fall, says. Well, the Doug Peterson, I guess it's a question, but I don't think he's serious about that.
They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
See, it'll be interesting to see if the Eagles lose a coach or two to see if that changes it. Because it seems like they're coaches. I don't know how Peterson wasn't even... Like, he should have been, like, top 3 for Coach of the Year.
Who was Coach of the Year?
It was the Rams coach, McVay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't know why that made any sense at all. I thought it should have been Zimmer or the Eagles coach.
Everyone always, like, he turned a bad team into a good team. Like, he got first-round draft picks he got the first overall pick in the draft to play good. And a bunch of other like Todd Gurley, all these first-round draft picks. You got him to play good. Congratulations.
Yeah, like, Gurley was already really good. It's not like he, like, made him an MVP. And Tyler Smith, Kirk Cousins to the Vikings, I don't mind it as long as the price tag's not too high. I know Jacob likes that idea quite a bit. And that's a good point, too, taking the vault. It could just be a ploy to get his price tag up for trade bait. That if the coach says that, no, he's a god-awful second-string quarterback, why would I give a shit about him? And that wouldn't really help his trade bait a whole lot. Oh, no, we totally just gave him the perfect game plan, and he's absolutely retarded. That doesn't really help the trading a whole lot. So maybe saying that it's a competition is all about that.
I think if they voted on Coach of the Year at the end of the season, Doug Peterson would definitely be my vote, because like everyone had a sour taste in there because they vote after week 17 or whatever. So I feel like everyone just had a bad taste of Doug Peterson in their mouth, because after Carson Wentz went down, they were pretty bad the next 4 whatever games, 3 games, something like that.
Yeah, that could help too.
But Mike Zimmer or Doug Peterson should have won.
Yeah, taking the fall, I agree. The Eagles should keep Foles at least until like week 4, until like the trade deadline. That'd be the perfect scenario for him, I think. Keep him until the trade deadline of next year, so you make sure you have him until Wentz is 100%. You don't even have to rush Wentz back. And then what I was gonna say, I'll finish quick, is that because at that point there's almost a guarantee that there'll be a team that their quarterback gets hurt or their guy's just being awful. Maybe the Jaguars decide that Bortles actually awful and they'll get rid of him finally.
Hot take right there. I like that idea. because I think they're gonna take a risk with Blake Bortles no matter what. I think they're going in with him next year, but there's a big chance that he sucks next year.
Yeah, because he did good enough in the playoffs to warrant another shot, I'd say.
Yeah.
But again, like honestly, the type of offense that the Jaguars were doing were similar to what the Eagles were doing, except the Eagles had a deep threat. Oh, it was a lot of like easy underneath throws. Now the Eagles changed it up, and instead of doing slants off these play action passes, it was a bunch of they were doing wheel routes. Just slant to the outside and go. Wasn't even looking at the clock in the first half. Having too much fun with this 98 Vikings roster.
You know what I'm not ruling out as far as the draft goes?
What?
Us trading up a long way is like something I looked back at it. I saw this on Twitter that the Chiefs only traded like a second and a third round pick to get all the way up to the 10th spot from whatever they were at, like 28 or something. They traded that's all it took them to get all the way up to number 10, and I feel like if there's a good quarterback left at like around that spot, the Vikings might trade all the way up to get a good another rookie QB. I would not be surprised.
Oh, they have Mossfield up here. Oh, good night. Good night, kid. Good night. 10 for 10 for 196, 2 touchdowns, not a big deal. Isn't it funny that people that said like Tom Brady got exposed in the Super Bowl because he lost to backup quarterback?
That's the dumbest take I've ever heard.
Like, he was literally the only player that showed up for the Patriots.
He broke his own Super Bowl record from last year. 505 passing yards. Last year he broke that record with 460. It's probably never going to get beat. The defenses in Super Bowls are usually too good for that, so...
I mean, the Eagles quarterback should have been... Okay, we're going to fumble there, it makes sense. The Eagles defense should have been too good for that. But that's like what I said, like, the Eagles secondary isn't very good.
Yeah, apparently, I just don't get... Because Paul Allen always kept reiterating this point, was that watching the game film, our receivers were never open.
Oh, yeah?
Never. Yeah. Like,
so, I don't know if it's just they just beat us in play calling or what.
Yeah, they might have. Or Thielen was playing with a broken back or whatever.
Yeah.
Things got nailed in the back. Like,
yeah, that's too. Like our top 2 receivers were dead, and then in halftime, or maybe it just Treadwell legit doesn't have the talent, but they just couldn't make plays around our number 3 and 4 receivers to get those guys open.
Yeah, because Adam Thielen's wife put on her Snapchat that he couldn't even walk the day after the Saints game.
Yeah, but like he'll be in it. Like it sucks seeing hurrying about how hurt that they were, and then how well they played in the Pro Bowl. Really makes you question it. But playing like 70% as hard in the Pro Bowl is.
Well, Thielen didn't play that good actually. I mean, he had that touchdown catch where he was pretty much completely covered up, but Drew Brees just rifled it right in the perfect spot.
Yeah, a little preview for next year, by the way.
I wish.
Well, that's even my number 1 option if I do that video. If Brees is available, because I know a lot of the Vikings fans are like, but Brees and Peyton said he will for sure still be in Saints. Let's just talk.
Yeah, they haven't re-signed him yet.
Like, you think any Green Bay fans thought Favre would ever leave?
Yeah, that's true.
You ever think any Colts fans would think Peyton would ever leave? Like, that type of stuff happens. I know the difference is that the Saints have a legitimate shot for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but I think Breeze in Minnesota has a much better chance.
My favorite option at QB, which has been sneaking up now, is DeFilippo, I believe is how you pronounce his name, the Eagles quarterback coach.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna risk saying that name in my video I dropped this morning. I had it pulled up. I had a pronunciation up, and I was like, I'm not.
I had him and Teddy Bridgewater running a run pass option West Coast thing like they did with Nick Foles really intrigues me. That sounds with Dalvin Cook, Teddy Bridgewater run pass option playbook like that. I don't know, that really entices me.
Yeah, because I know taking the fall probably disagrees, but I think the Vikings, they have better offensive weapons, so that should work even better.
Yeah, Diggs really needs to take. I feel like he can take that step and finally become that just dominant receiver that we saw him in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, and if we could easily have 2,000-yard receivers, we really want that big body guy. Like I always want Treadwell just to have a good game. 'Cause I think he has the tools. I don't know if people are calling him a bust. I think so much of it is just due to Keenum.
Yeah, he just needs a. Yeah, he just needs a better.
And you'd think Teddy would like Treadwell because he's really similar to Charles Johnson, right? Skill set wise, you got that good route runner, big body.
Charles Johnson, man, what happened to him?
He got cut.
He went to the Panthers. I know. I mean, but we gave him this big contract, relatively big contract, and then just fell off the face of the earth. I know he went to the Panthers and he got injured though and put on IR pretty early in the season. Well, he's probably donezo, I'd say, in the league.
Yeah, Tyler, if Aaron Rodgers was a free agent, I love it. Oh, you can do off coverage. That's just too easy. I got 84, bud. I think though, maybe we can throw the scenario though. Maybe the Packers saw how god awful the rest of their team were, so maybe with the right price tag, the Vikings are like, hey, take our next first, our this year's and next year's first, second, and third round picks for A-Rod. Deal?
About this, trade him Diggs, whatever quarterback we re-sign a quarterback, Diggs, quarterback, first round draft pick, and like Xavier Rhodes. Would that be worth it? Would that be worth
Xavier is risky. He's such a big piece, but do you really need defense with A-Rod? I mean, look at the Packers. I think you're a really, really good playoff team with that, but I think you need Rhodes.
Yeah, our cornerback depth is so bad, but I feel like no other player on our team would like make a deal worth
so maybe
it.
if you do like a first round pick, Stendejo, those other starters like Tom Johnson.
I feel like that because they're trying to get a good defense going. I feel like they would want one of our elite defenders.
Yeah,
like
and they'd want a young guy too.
Yeah, got to be under probably 30, and Tom Johnson's at the end of the road. Did you hear that Terrence Newman is coming back? Which is just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, he said that he wants to win. But do you think... I listened to the Purple People podcast. It's a pretty decent one. I don't think it's the best as far as production, but it's kind of fun listen. And they're talking about, do you think Zimmer would be able to cut Newman?
Oh, God.
Like if he's too slow in training camp?
He's a free agent this year, so I mean, we might not even re-sign him.
Yeah, like if we sign him on like a like that veteran minimum deal or like a prove it deal or whatever, we get him on contract, kind of like Antoine Winfield, and he just doesn't cut out when he's third preseason.
He's such good depth in his deals and he's so cheap because he's not doing it for the money anymore, is what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, his deal, he's such good depth. Is
Even
the
if
thing, so we
he's,
wouldn't cut him.
I would say even if he's like 4th or 5th round talent good,
Yeah.
you're pretty much paying enough for another coach. Like,
Terrence
I
Newman
wonder
does
how
not
much
get
Newman
taunted.
was to Rhodes and Wayne's progression, and Alexander.
For sure. And just like you saw in the Saints game where Xavier Rhodes is getting all worked up, like
Yeah, then
lets up
Newman
a
was the guy that
touchdown.
helped him off the field.
Yeah, calmed him down. That's a big deal because
Like,
especially you need
low
someone
key,
like
it's not
that.
as big, but since we're playing with the '98 Vikings, Newman is kind of like what Chris Carter was to Moss.
Yeah, that's for sure.
To like a lesser extent, I don't think Newman's a Hall of Fame player, but he might get some votes just for how big his numbers will be.
I'm sorry, he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. I
You
mean,
think so?
he's like, I mean, come on, people are like freaking out about, oh, I can't believe Brady's so good at age 40. He's a quarterback. Like, that's the only position that you can play age 40 at. And then you got Terrence Newman, who's a skills player, a cornerback, and he's gonna be 40 next year, playing at a high level, which is insanity. Okay, that's just for that alone. Like the thing about like Frank Gore as well. Like he's never had he's had good seasons, like 1,200 yards. Like it's like a above average season, but he's never had an incredible season, I'd say. But the fact that he's still playing at a high level now at this age for so long, that's like, I think he deserves, that deserves a Hall of Fame, to be getting the Hall of Fame. And I think it's the same for Newman as well. So
Yeah, that's a really good point. The comparison between him and Gore is really similar. Both like really solid their position, but never like all pros. Like, I don't know if Newman's ever made it to the Pro Bowl, which is a big thing that could hinder him.
that's ridiculous. Like he deserved a Pro Bowl a couple times, I'd say, especially, I don't know, as like an alternate or something, getting snuck in there at some point. But
Yeah, I don't know if he's a guy that kind of bloomed late or something either. Because if you watch the Vikings versus Cowboys, that '09 playoff game, I'm pretty sure Rice burned Newman a few times.
really,
Yeah.
he played for the Cowboys. Okay.
Yes.
Went,
So the Vikings,
Zimmer to
the Brett Favre torched Mike Zimmer's defense.
Wow. Mike Zimmer was just a D-backs coach, though, wasn't he?
I think so. I think he wasn't a coordinator until he was with Cincy.
Yeah.
I'm really not digging the defense on this. All these guys are so slow from what I'm used to.
It's just our schedule this year is horrifying to look at.
Yeah, like in New England, in Philly. But hey, if we are even like make those really close games, that's prepares us a lot better for the playoffs than what this schedule did.
Yeah. Do you think the dynasty's over for the New England?
I could see it. I honestly could see maybe Belichick's like, fuck it, I'm done.
I think not as far as like, I mean, I think they'll have the same core. They'll have Belichick, Brady, and Kraft a couple more years. But I don't think they're ever going to make it to an AFC Championship game again. I think this year they're probably going to get to the divisional round. Then next year maybe there'll be a wild card team like the next year after that. Maybe there'll be a wild card team, lose right away. And then I think it's just gonna fizzle out after that. I think they saw their last Super Bowl and championship game this year.
The only thing is, who in the AFC North has a chance to take that division from them?
The Jaguars aren't in that division, right?
Yeah, they're in the South.
Who do they play? They play the Jets,
the Dolphins, Bills. Pretty much like all the garbage teams.
Yeah, the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins. So that's 6 wins right there.
Yeah.
Potentially. The Dolphins could be good.
Yeah.
See what they do if they stick with Tannehill. Let's see if he's.
Yeah, they should just draft a quarterback. Tannehill is garbage, and Cutler. Cutler was all right at the end of the year, wasn't he though?
Yeah. I don't know what went wrong there.
but they also just
So
have a
many
really good
teams.
receiver core.
The I don't know what the Bills are gonna do if they're any good. I could maybe see I think if the Jaguars play the Patriots, they're gonna lose. The Patriots will lose. The Bills, I think there is a chance of the Bills winning one. I mean, in 2016, the Bills, with a way worse team, in my opinion, beat the Patriots at Gillette Stadium one time. So I think with the Patriots on the decline and the Bills on the rise, they might take one of those games. The Jets should have beat the Patriots at home this year, but that stupid touchdown got called back. And they lost to the Dolphins too, so honestly, I don't know. Now that I've laid out like that, they could lose more of those games, I think.
Yeah, I agree. What were they doing? I think the Jaguars, and we're trying to talk about teams on the rise. You have like the Jaguars, the Texans, all the teams that are really good defenses. And maybe we're just like the Texans are scary because we don't know how good Deshaun Watson can be through a 16-game season.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if he's about as good as when he was playing, you're talking about another guy that would have been in the Rookie of the Year conversation. If he would have played, just because he's a quarterback, he probably would have won it.
Yeah, they almost beat Brady. Deshaun Watson almost beat Brady without J.J. Watt or Whitney Merciless.
Yeah, you forget how good the Texans were without J.J. That's like their defense is scary good.
If Deshaun Watson stays healthy, I think Patriots would definitely lose to the Texans.
Yeah, because
Texans are my sleeper team for next year. If this is like once again assuming Watt and Watson stay healthy, because I mean Watt's literally injured every freaking year now. So
yeah, it sucks because he's like one of the coolest players in the league. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I'm a little bit disappointed by how awful the Falcons are.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about because I
should've-
made like a Hall of Fame roster before, and it was fun to see like the talent. Like my boy, like Barry Sanders, you just run past everybody.
We should have won anyway.
Yeah.
Like I mean, what the score of this game is probably closer to what the score should have been in real life. We didn't crap the bed.
Yeah, kind of like the Eagles game. Just found a way to just be a little bit awful. Oh my goodness, you don't have a safety over the top of Moss? Are you? Well, tap circle. Oh my god, he's got like 10 yards of separation. Sorry, 2-3, you done. Someone turned the toaster oven a little bit too high. You're burnt.
Do you think if we get blown out another NFC Championship game that Mike Zimmer gets fired?
I think he'll be on the hot seat. It'll be probably. How long did it take for Rex Ryan to get cut? Because I'd be like that situation. Very good defense, but couldn't get over the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. The thing, because I'm thinking about Denny Green, because he got blown out 41 donut in 2000.
Yeah, it wasn't another reason that because he killed Corey Stringer.
Probably. So.
Because I don't know how a head coach loads that one up. Well, you see.
Yeah, that's true.
See, I don't even know what you say to the media. I don't even want to think about the memes. Would have been. Like all that Aaron Hernandez memes.
True.
I think people will be a lot more respectful for that though. But it's internet. I don't want to give the internet too much credit.
That's true.
I mean, I'm on the internet.
Man, I'm getting so excited for free agency to hit.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Because, what do you think? Okay, there's no way we're gonna sign a quarterback, so we'll know before the draft what our plan is. I think if we get Teddy, there's a big Teddy or Keenum, there's a big chance that we trade up in the draft for someone. But obviously, we signed Kirk Cousins. Then the draft. I'm not really looking forward to at all.
Well, I'm looking forward to if we get the veteran. Well, Cousins like the only one that makes sense for that veteran spot.
Yeah,
but
right.
If we get the veteran, I would like an offensive guard would be really sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously it'll be cool. But the draft, it's not gonna be a thing where I'm gonna be watching it probably on looking. I'll probably just have it updates on my phone instead of actually watching the draft. Last year, or the second night, me and my friends went to Buffalo Wild Wings because we knew we were probably going to get a running back in the second round, either Joe Mixon or Dalvin Cook. So I was excited for that, but I'm not going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings to
check out the new
guard. At round 32, you got to wait there for 4 hours for the draft.
Yeah, that is so stupid. The first round is so awful to watch, and I watch it every year because I'm stupid, but I'm just so deprived of Viking stuff that I watch it.
You know what? Yeah, I did watch it last year. Actually, it wasn't that. It was actually pretty exciting last year because so many teams traded up for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's like there's a trade. Then you hear 3 minutes later what happened, and then 3 minutes later you hear who they picked.
The Bears trade up one spot.
Yeah, with their whole draft.
People are saying oh, I can't. John Lynch afterwards said, yeah, we were never gonna take Trubinsky, and then the media is why would you say that? You're just you don't need to gloat about your move or whatever. I'm did anyone really think that they're gonna take Mitch Trubinsky? I feel like no one thought that.
I forget if it was you or someone else, but I was talking and someone was saying that maybe somebody else was trying to trade up. So I know it was a competition.
Oh, yeah, I do. I remember thinking about that. I feel like no one's going to take Mitch Trubinsky at number 2, though, except the Bears.
But hey, he looked pretty good. You saw the talent.
No, I think the Bears are going to be really good next year, and that's what scares. Not really good, but threatening next year.
Yeah, they could honestly be an 8-8 team. Be like the Vikings were a few years ago, where they're really close at a lot of games, but lose a lot of close games.
Yeah, that's what makes the schedule even more nervous. Because this year I'm looking at the schedule, or 2017, I'm looking at the schedule. All right, Bears, that's 2 wins. Lions, that's potentially 2 wins. But God, the fact that we didn't win the Super Bowl this year, just so much went right for us this year with Aaron Rodgers getting injured. The Bears obviously stinking. Just things like that. And the Browns, one of our away games is in London against the Browns. Just things like that aren't going to be like that next year. But so many things went wrong this year too, obviously with Dalvin Cook and Sam Bradford, so it's pick your poison. Tough schedule.
Yeah, I would rather a tough schedule and our guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
If that's what we have to take, is alright, we'll take a bunch of 11-5 or over teams, but just don't take both of our quarterback and running back again, please.
That's why going into next season with Case Keenum, I don't see us going over 10-6.
Yeah.
Case Keenum versus Aaron Rodgers twice. No, thank you.
Yeah, I think we can take him at home still, but still.
Yeah. I worry about our defense still, just because the bad taste left in my mouth of the past.
Yeah, which is so stupid. That's something we have to worry about now.
Yeah, I think we need to draft a cornerback, or maybe go after one in free agency.
Yeah.
More depth.
But
hopefully Alexander takes another step ahead, because he is better than 2 years ago, but he still wasn't great this year.
Oh, Moss dropped it, of course.
Man, should have put that catch up to 99, man.
That's just something that. I should have had it. I think that's catching traffic. That should have been a catch. Moss catches that in real life.
Yeah.
He made the guy lay him over his shoulder. Hip toss him to make him drop it. But yeah, should be a really interesting free agency. I don't know if we'll be all available, but to see who gets signed, re-signed by their teams, see how
Last year was
long it might
exciting.
take the Saints to sign Breeze. Like, I think there's a chance Breeze might hit the free agent market, but still go back to
Yeah,
the Saints. Like,
that's
that's
true.
obviously the number one choice. Like
Well, I
like
feel like if he hits a free
95%
agent,
chance Breeze stays in New Orleans, but if he leaves, like 4% chance he's in Minnesota.
if he hits it, yeah, if he hits it, no, I think if he hits free agency, he's not going back to New Orleans. That means they lowballed him. I
Yeah.
believe, like, they're not, like, they set a price and they're not going to change.
Or like he's just
'Cause-
testing the waters.
Because, yeah, that's true. But yeah, I guess that is true. But like I said, a team like us would pay him 30 million a year for like a 2 years or 1 year deal, whereas the Saints, I feel like, because if we offer him 31 million, that means the Saints would have to offer him even more than that, and I don't think they would do that. And they have a, I don't know, I feel like they wouldn't do that for Drew Brees if they lowball him. That is.
Yeah, and talk about putting your middle finger up to your franchise, but people say that's what the Vikings did to Adrian. And that's a
Yeah.
different story, because running backs aren't supposed to be good. You don't know how much
Yeah.
long Breeze has. He looked really good last year still, but you don't know how much longer he can
Last year,
be that elite.
yeah. Last year free agency was exciting because we had to get a running back.
Yeah,
liked,
and there was like the whole talk where the Vikings could get Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, I was way too excited about that.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be a good
so
pick too. I thought Eddie
I
Lacy
was
was a better version of Asiata.
that's yeah, I agree with that. I kind of thought the same about Latavius Murray. I saw when
Yeah,
there was rumors about it though, like he was coming in to visit. I was just
he came back
all the day,
twice, I think. I don't know
all
how else to run into
yeah,
the kicker.
yeah, it's true. All day I was just like refreshing Twitter, like just putting in Lacey into my search bar and just seeing what all like the updates about what was going on. And then the instant he left for Seattle, and like now we're in it, like I'm like, oh, I'm disappointed that we're losing Lacey. But then Murray comes in, and I'm like, oh, forget about Lacey. Now I'm refreshing Murray all the time. I don't know. It's kind of just the ticket item, whatever.
This
Whoever's
is
here, I
roughing
was
in the
just getting
kicker,
excited
everybody.
about.
I dove here. On the ground. Momentum stopped. He's fine. And I get up. Okay.
Were you excited when we drafted or signed Murray?
Yeah. Um, I mean, everybody was talking about he was a Pro Bowler. I know there was
A lot
doubt,
of
and maybe that was just
touchdowns.
because the Raiders had one of the better offensive lines.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl would take those.
No, he definitely. I think he had the best season of his career here, personally.
Yeah, and it
If he
honestly
would
could
have
have
played
been
the
like his worst season if Cook stayed healthy.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if he would have played the first 4 games, he would have had well over 1,000 yards and probably close to 12 touchdowns, if not more. So I think we should cut Murray though. For like, as much as I appreciate what he did, if we want to make room for quarterback like Cousins or Breeze, like that kind of money, we gotta cut Murray.
Or
And
if, I don't know if taking the fall still here, but how about that if you want Foles, and if the Eagles lose, I don't know what type of contracts their running backs are, but if they're going to lose Blunt and what's his face?
Ajayi.
Yeah, Jai. A straight up trade for Murray for Foles?
Ooh. That's not a bad idea. Not at all. Foles, yeah, if their QB coach comes here, I'm just worried about. We already got screwed over in the Bradford trade. Now, what if that like, what if he come?
Yeah, so I really don't want to trade a draft pick for him because that's a lot more potential talent, but player for player. I
Especially
think,
Murray, because we do not need Murray.
yeah.
Do not need him.
Like, especially if we sign McKinnon, like you said, Murray's not very good if he needs time to get Why are you moving? I don't know why I can't make that
And
throw.
and he's getting $6 million a year for playing less. And next year, if Cook's healthy, obviously, $6 million a year for playing less than 30% of our snaps on offense. It's just a waste of $6 million.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see though. Like they could be smart enough to know that if we don't make that trade, we're probably just gonna cut him anyway. At least at a minimum, restructure his contract.
Yeah, like I
I don't
get why
think.
we had to overpay him, but ended up way overpaying him because there was no running
Yeah.
back market at all last year.
Oh well, yeah. It worked out though with us because he obviously played the season. But if he's not playing, then $6 million is just ridiculous.
Why is Moss not catching that? You're gonna have to jump. Just catch it. Now let's get done with this game quick, then we can play.
Alright. And Nick Foles was so good the past 2 weeks, though. That touchdown pass got called back to the number 30, the running back. That was a dime pass. That was a missed pass that we saw from Keenum all year.
So how good do you think Foles is? Because that's the #1 question, right?
I was hard on him after he came back and he started playing, like those first 4 regular season games he was playing, because he was so bad there. But I do think now at hindsight, I think he just needed to warm up a little bit because obviously at the year at the Eagles where he went 27-2, or 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, made it to an NFC Championship game, threw 7 touchdowns in 1 game. Then he got traded to the Rams, obviously, where it's just Jeff Fisher is the killer of quarterbacks that we know. So, then he goes to the Chiefs, and last year I know he went in a couple times for Alex Smith. There was a game where he was in for half a game and threw 3 touchdown passes, and then obviously lit it up at the end of this year. So,
see, that was kind of like the Eagles catch. Look at that. He kind of took 3 steps, then dropped it. About as much protection. Sorry if I blow out your ears when I blew through the mic. Caught it like 3 steps and dropped it.
Wow.
And that's first ballot Hall of Fame. GOAT level quarterback, Randy Moss. I think Foles without question's a top 25 quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know who. This depends on. I mean, if you throw back in Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson and all like the injuries, I'd have to go through and look at all the 32 starting quarterbacks to see where I'd put him. But
yeah, that's one of the video ideas I was gonna do.
rank all the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'll just rank the top 32 quarterbacks.
Would you put Keenum in the top 32?
Oh, that's interesting because if I had to do starters, I think I'd have to. If I do like starters.
If you because if you throw back in all the injured quarterbacks, you're putting Andrew Luck back in there, Deshaun Watson. Who else? Tannehill would be back technically, which I think Keenum's better than Tannehill. So yeah, I'd definitely put him in the. Just that alone. I mean, top 32, I guess. So.
Yeah, like.
But would he get bumped out by like a Teddy Bridgewater or Sam Bradford, like those non-starters that are still just like a backup on a different team because of unfortunate happenings, obviously through injury? But
see, the Vikings are the biggest question mark because like who would I make as a representative, and that's what if I want to do like top 32 quarterbacks or top 32 starting quarterbacks, the big difference.
Yeah. If it's starting quarterbacks, he's no. Obviously, well, I mean, obviously you have to put him in the 32 because he's a starting quarterback, but
yeah, if it's, I don't know, because even if I just do quarterbacks overall, he's probably still on the list.
Yeah, he'd be on the bottom end if he did overall.
And honestly, if I do like Deshaun Watson, I would probably have him like in like the 20 or lower, just because he has to prove it more.
Just a small sample size, yeah. He
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah, he had a few
Like
games where he was really, really good,
he
like
was
Russell Wilson level.
way better than Carson Wentz. He was throwing like 4 touchdowns a game and
Yeah, and running for like
100
70
yards
yards.
rushing. Yeah, I think he had a game where he had 400 yards passing and 100 yards rushing by himself. So
Yeah,
he
and it
was
was.
off the charts.
I mean, he had Hopkins, Will Fuller.
Yeah. Yep.
He had some decent weapons.
Hopkins is so good.
Yeah, Hopkins is. It'd be so hard. I could probably do like a top 10 wide receiver video. I don't know. I don't think I know enough.
That'd be a good video,
But
too.
Hopkins, probably top three.
Would you? Yeah, that's. I think that's where he is on. I think isn't that what he is in Madden? Isn't he? Isn't it Brown, Jones, Hopkins?
I
I
think
think it might.
so. I think Jones might be one because it's coming off of the Super Bowl of
Oh yeah,
last year.
that's true.
And that's a
Yeah.
touch a tough one too.
Would you trade
Of
Diggs and Thielen for Hopkins?
both, no.
That's true. Yeah, because you don't have enough depth.
Yeah, you want the depth's more important. Having look at the production, like two 900-yard receivers for one like 1600-yard guy.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Thielen had 100, nearly 1,300. So,
Yeah,
and
so
Diggs, if he's not injured, if he can play a whole season for once,
yeah, they could be
Diggs.
both like over 1200.
Yeah, Diggs. Yeah, if he didn't get hurt, because he played hurt obviously, and then missed 2 games, I think he would have been well over 1,000. I think Diggs is way better than, not way better than Thielen, but like I said, it's like the same kind of thing. Like if you
Yeah,
compare
like
it,
like Diggs is a
like
talent and
yeah,
Thielen's Thielen might be the better overall football player, but Diggs has the talent to be that
yeah, he's more
playmaker.
remarkable.
Like that's a lot of teams have that. You have that one guy that's just really consistent and good. They have that one guy that's just
Yeah.
underneath. If you look at '09, you have Rice, then Harvin's the playmaker guy.
Yep.
Well, I'm ready for some online head-to-head. Let's see how our college internet can hold up. What about the 49ers? Um, Garoppolo is
Oh, I
another.
forgot about him.
He's gonna be right next to Hopkins probably, just because they're like in
That's
the
a
exact same category as unproven as far as sample sizes go. But in the games they
you mean
played in, they've
Watson?
been really, really good.
You mean Watson? I'm assuming.
No, Garoppolo. Tyler Smith in
Well,
the chat said what about the 49ers?
oh shit, I opened the wrong game. Oh, you said. Oh, you compared Garoppolo to Watson though,
Oh, okay.
or to Hopkins. You said Hopkins, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're right then.
Yeah. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Play a friend.
My game's booting up right now, so
All right. Uh, how long do you want in the quarters?
5 or 4 minutes, one of the two.
All right.
God, I'm nervous. I'm so bad.
Oh, this could be a slaughter, everybody. I know YouTube has an anti-rape policy, but if YouTube just looked the other way for this one.
I have had surprise wins though, so
Oh
don't be
yeah?
too ashamed
Yeah,
if I beat you.
we'll
Like
see.
I beat my
We'll see. I'm
friend
pretty
who
sure I'm
had the
undefeated.
same.
But if you want to
Oh
talk about
really?
this 49ers in general, I honestly don't know a whole lot about the rest of their team.
We played the 49ers too, and I remember looking at that. I'm like, they didn't lose a game after they got Garoppolo. So
Yeah, that's another one where it's like maybe like what's the receivers? I have no idea what the rest of their team is.
Goodwin, and they have a dude from the 49ers that was really good. You're not the 49ers, the guy from the Redskins that was good in 2016. He got injured pretty early on.
Okay.
Jordan Reed, or
Jordan Reed? Okay, yeah. I know the 49ers used to be loaded on defense, but I'm pretty sure they fell apart, right? Like when Harbaugh left.
Yeah. Or do you want to do like 3 in a suicide or what? Or just 3 randoms and pick from one?
3 randoms. Uh, well, let's just do the third random.
Okay, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Uh, yeah!
Okay.
We're at 88 overall now.
It looks like.
We keep lowering.
Well, just like the power
Jeez.
rankings.
Man, people have a short-term memory.
Man, the Vikings sucked during the Super Bowl. Didn't score a single point. All right, Fitzy. Burn your boy Rhodes.
Oh, God.
God, I hate playing with other teams. I just don't know the team's good enough to know how to use them right. I'm so used to having the Vikings defense, which everybody's super fast.
The only reason I'm good at playing the Vikings sometimes is I actually like know their playbook from actually watching the games, and I know how they work, how they
Yeah,
use the
like I
playbook.
always like try to make it kind of realistic, not to the point where I run 2/3 of the time, but and like
I run up
Madden
the
style
middle.
realistic. I know online you just say, well, what did this guy do all the time? I played it the last couple guys. They have like 3 plays they do on offense. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
I actually know how to stop that play. And that's the biggest thing as far as being good online is seeing those tendencies and knowing what plays counter it.
Yeah, I remember watching you play, and you like check out of things and like torch people that way. Like that's way above my skill level. So
Yeah, like
I'm not
there's
good at
simple
that.
things like seeing a single high safety and just go route or something like that. You can see safeties sneak up in the box, run the other way, things like that. Just the football IQ that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
I'm the long lost son from Peyton Manning. Oh, well, we got the quick GGs off the bat, boys. Here, Jacob already rage quit.
Wait, what happened?
I think we had a connection error.
My game's still loading.
Oh, well,
Here,
that's
I can
probably
go
it.
I can go test my connection. Summon real quick. It'll take like just like test connection. That sometimes just helps a little bit.
All
But
right.
it's putting me in the game right now.
Oh, well, that's nice. I
Yeah,
got
I'm in the
booted out.
game. What?
Does it have you against me, or what's going on?
Yeah, it says I'm playing you.
Well, you might get a bunch of delay of game
Oh, there it
penalties.
says. Connection appears when lost. All right, I'll be right back. It'll take 1 minute.
All right.
I don't know what the heck happened.
Yeah, the 49ers, I don't see them being super good. But they have a start there. Getting Jimmy Garoppolo is a big piece. Hopefully they can find a way to re-sign him. And I know the 49ers would of course want to, but if Jimmy G wants to leave, well, then all of a sudden it turns out it's a horrible trade. But everybody should be excited for the Vikings offseason. Lots of stuff coming. A lot of fun. A lot of fun things should be happening in free agency. I hear Jacob's already back.
Yeah, this should be good now.
All right.
It says I have 6.8 megabytes, which is pretty good for my house actually. So
We can be random again. I don't want to be the Cardinals.
I want to be the Vikings.
You don't want to be?
I do want to be the Vikings.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, of
So,
course. I mean, we know how to run them. I know. I'm pretty sure on online, Dalvin Cook's not in the game yet. Until the season
really?
resets, maybe they'll take IR off. But one,
Now
two,
we're 90.
three.
Now we're 90 overall. What?
Oh well, that's interesting. The Redskins. I can work with the Vikings' new quarterback.
I'll take the Saints. No,
Okay.
I'll take the Vikings new quarterback.
Do the Redskins have any jerseys that aren't racist? I honestly don't care about that. Got official color rush is you. Not going with that yellow.
That's nasty.
Okay, let's go.
Too loud.
I usually like being with running quarterbacks. I think Kirk Cousins is a little bit mobile, right? Like
Yeah, he
70-ish
does
speed.
not run.
He doesn't? Okay, well.
He can run, but like he'll definitely choose to. He's more like Keenum, I guess, where if he has a chance to throw it, he'll always throw over run.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I watched the Redskins highlights from earlier this year against the Vikings, and he looked
Yeah,
pretty good against the Mike Zimmer defense.
yeah, torched it. And did you watch the game from last year where he beat
No.
us?
Oh, yeah?
He looked good then too.
Yeah. From what I
I mean, he
see
put
from
up.
Redskins fans, the few that are excited to get Alex Smith, that they're say that Cousins is inconsistent, but I think that it's those people like that just get fed up with the
Yeah,
quarterback and don't understand why their
yeah.
team's doing bad.
He put up 30 points on us 2 years in a row against
Yeah,
the Mike Zimmer defense. So
yeah, against
pretty dang
without
good.
question the top three defense. I'd say number one, but after our last game, not sure I can say that.
Cousins throws a lot. Like he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he throws more interceptions than I like. But I feel like just the way the Vikings do things, like quarterbacks just throw less interceptions than us.
Yeah, which I would kind of hope they would turn that up a bit and be more aggressive. My controller said it was dying, so hopefully that doesn't affect me. I just got plugged in. Ah!
Oh, perfect kick.
Alright. The
Yeah,
good thing
maybe
is
Sean Payton.
that you wouldn't have any chance to react because you have the three options you can at least prepare if you want to cheat.
Yeah.
um, Come on, Art Kelly.
Yeah, Rob Kelly kind of sucks. That's why another thing I like about Kirk Cousins is that he's never had a run game. So
Don't they have like Perrine or someone that's good? Don't they have a good rookie running back?
he was okay, but
Might
he's
change
not
that up.
great or anything.
Doxson, Grant.
He got put on IR too. Like, was Rob Kelly got put on IR? Then the game after. No.
Hey, it's Williams! My boy Williams coming through again.
The game after Robert Kelly got put on IR, I think Perrine got put on IR. So
So I wonder if IR is reset or if it just got turned off because it's a casual match.
he gets turned off. This Sharif Floyd is on the Vikings when he
Oh,
plays
okay.
him. Yeah, that was the wrong call. I thought it was third and longer. Yeah, I'm gonna put Alvin Kamara in once I'm on offense.
Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me,
I don't know, freak him out a bit.
sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want.
Yeah, everything, like all my plays is all just like go routes.
Yeah.
Lined up, let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. First down and 10.
Here I have it. Winner of this game gets to be the Vikings quarterback next year. Yeah, oh.
Oh,
Saw that safety.
no!
I saw that
Oh my
safety
God!
blitz. Throw it behind it. I saw
They're
that
gonna
safety
run it.
sneak up.
Well,
Yeah, I'll give you a tutorial of what I saw. Because I was in a run play. Oh, I can't. Let's replay it.
nah, I believe you. I did a smoke.
Okay.
Both
Okay.
Safety
Oh,
blitz,
okay,
so-
the thunder smoke. You have to resume the game too.
Oh, okay. One. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good play. I saw a safety sneak up though, so I audibled it to one of my favorite play action. Gotta hate online kicks.
Oh!
I hate online kicks. It's so laggy.
Alright, well, I have a chance to take the lead here.
Yeah, that's what I thought when the Eagles missed their PAT. I was like, oh, GG.
Oh.
Can't make mistakes like that, you versus New England.
Yeah, well then the Patriots made 2 mistakes. No, I'm not running out.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
You know, until that strip sack, I was really
Put it
confident. Ooh, I have a chance to do this too then. Yeah, I was really confident in the Patriots' abilities to win the game. They have Chris Thompson, Perrine's 87. I'll go with the fastest guy.
Oh, actually, Kamara's higher overall now than Ingram. It was different before.
Oh, really? I wonder what is. Okay.
Alright.
Reads 91. Okay. Alright, boys, let the slaughter fest begin.
Yeah, I have no idea any of these plays. I don't even know what style offense the Saints run, so.
Who's Allen?
No!
Oh, perfect decision, triple coverage.
Hey, man.
Drew Brees playing the top of his form. I'll just run up the gut. No? Run up the gut.
Hey, 5 yards is all I wanted. That's all you need.
Now you throw this pick six.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Doing? What was he doing?
Look at that!
Jump before the ball's anywhere near him. He could have kept running and he would have got it.
Oh no, it's the only play he had. The old jump when the quarterback has it in his hands maneuver. Say he gets separation in the NFL. Alright, my boy. Crowder. Clam chowder. Way to almost spin there, bud. Press circle 2 days ago. Oh, I really like this play.
He looked back, Charles, in 2017, 7-9 for the Redskins, third place in the NFCs, and missed the playoffs for the 4th time in the last 5 years.
Yeah, they've been just good enough to be in the hunt, but rarely have they gotten over the top, as you noted, missed the playoffs.
Watch running back.
Offensively, in 2017, offensive line's a mess.
Yeah.
They were playing guys out of position, third string guys up from the practice squad, just
have mercy.
My God, is the Vikings offensive line?
I know we pick it around like crazy in today's NFL, but you've got to stop the run first, and Washington really.
I think it'd be so cool if Vikings get an offensive lineman just like Pat Elflein at guard.
Yeah.
That'd be such a
There's an
beautiful
offensive
pick.
lineman that he played with Pat Elflein that they're literally like the same player.
Oh yeah, that's like perfect.
They're both... Gee. Oh, this is supposed to be good defense.
Do you see what the Vikings is getting into them? They're a good defense.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that got in NFL people's minds. Oh, it's like a super good, deep balanced team waited for week 1.
Yeah, this guy like Pat Elflein, he literally, like Pat Elflein played center and guard. I think his name is, I don't remember his name, but he literally played center and guard, like the same thing as Elflein.
What the hell is that throw?
Oh!
My boy Cousins having a big box of popcorn in the huddle.
First stop of the game right there.
Yeah. It takes my boy Cousins to put his Helen Keller goggles on. Look at that really weird alignment your corner is on Doxson. Such a weird inside.
Are you kidding me?
Look at that. Snooki vagina hole size hole. Not a bad looking playbook. So weird, I'm so used to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Do I get a playoff or no? Yeah. I did an outside run there. Your safety was sneaking up. Oh. Bring this one up. So do you do the coach suggestions?
For defense, I do.
Okay, I do it all the time just because I like making it as realistic as possible.
Yeah, I do it too on offense, but like if I know what I'm looking for, and usually what I'm looking for will show up in the coach suggestion. Jeez.
It's on your gut for 3 minutes.
What?
It was just chilling on his gut. If he just puts his hands on it, he's got a touchdown. He doesn't want it.
Like I'll know what I want. Like if I'm playing as the Vikings, like I'll know if I want to do a halfback dive, and I'll scroll to that. And that's usually always in there.
Yeah, I say having to look for my play, and sometimes I'll get just dialed in and get too predictable, even though the coach suggestions is probably just as predictable. But that'll probably point to more of my tendencies, and I'll forget about a few plays.
So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the
Oh.
attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Sorry, guys. Jacob's born without thumbs. It's not his fault. That's a disability. He was born without thumbs, ladies and gentlemen. I just did the play actions all I was wide open and threw it away. Good jump ball. He almost threw it in the air. Oh, it's my boy Pat Williams.
All right, here we go.
This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception and they're gonna come away empty.
Oh.
Momentum's changing.
Yeah, I threw a high percentage jump ball. No. Aww.
Whoosh. I saw you coming over there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna run it where the hole is supposed to be.
Oh, okay. So that was a perfect blitz. You just made a good. Okay.
Ugh.
You guys right there. Don't want to make a play on the ball. It's all good. It's frustrating when you know the basic play. Like I totally guessed short pass there, right?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. No, that's cover 3. I even had my guys playing shallow.
Let's go outside the coast suggestions here. I don't like what they're giving me.
Yeah, they get frustrating after a while. Okay.
That's not like the Saints playbook, really.
No, I wonder how Madden figures that out. If it's just... Nice.
Oh my
That was
god,
wide
that's so
open.
bad. I tried to float it, but I accidentally held down the...
Yeah, if you float it, probably had a touchdown. Too bad for you.
I accidentally held down the thing because I was like panicking, and then I was trying to just tap it so it'd float over you, but did not
It's
work
also
out
the
that
thing
way.
where it's gonna be laggy, and you'll throw the throw button, then you won't throw it after a while. Ooh. Block for more than a millisecond. I'm really glad you could give him do a little patty cake shove. I shouldn't do outside runs to the boundary.
Dang, it's already 2 minutes left. Jeez.
Yeah, the 5-minute quarters fly by.
Second down, Cousins.
Oh, got drilled just like the Patriots receiver.
Oh god.
He got killed. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag just because it looked bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah, apparently on review it was legal, but yeah, I agree. It's like just looking at it, looked like
Yeah,
helmet to helmet
like
all the way.
I wonder if Patriot fans were pissed about it.
Oh! No, 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 no. Okay. There's no way.
Yeah, I was trying to run a long time ago, but you didn't want to.
Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat.
Oh my god! Why did I switch to him? I didn't even try to switch to him, and then all of a sudden I was controlling him. Like, oh god, this is bad.
I hate when they switch you to the wrong person too. I know it wasn't one of those situations, but when you want to be like a corner, switch you to safety, you're running the wrong way, and you run the guy away from him, so you get a touchdown, something like that. Oh!
Holy
Oh! The
moly.
misdirection!
Alright. Okay, okay, I got a minute to score.
You had 10 minutes to score. 10 minutes to score. I didn't see nothing.
Oh, you're going for it.
Yeah, making a 14-point game.
Oh, no! That play was... No way he makes that throw. You were getting tackled to the ground as he threw this. No way.
My boy Cousins, the GOAT.
Well, based on this performance, I definitely don't want Drew Brees on the Vikings.
Oh, he's had like, what, 2 pass attempts?
Oh god, those two guys are unblocked.
Oh, why isn't that 10 good?
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay.
Can any of my receivers be open, please?
This should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big
Ooh. Oh, nice catch. You almost had it on your second try.
Oh my god, I didn't even try to do it. Oh, this is not going well.
Sorry guys, Jacob just now realized he had thumbs and freaked out.
Wasted a time.
Alright, I'll see. I might give you give me here. Really glad that my 7-man blitz
you got him.
did nothing. See, I did press coverage and I sent 7. Did absolutely nothing.
Can't believe you got tackled. Why did they take it forever to get to the line? Pick up the pace.
Oh, nice catch, bud. Nice
He didn't
catch, kid.
it?
No.
Oh my god.
You love all pro now, right?
I usually play on all pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
See all kinds of stuff like that.
That was anybody would have caught that in real life.
Yeah, I know. People disabsorb that hit. Alright, see if he resorts to that fake punt yet.
No way. Holy cow.
Hey, it's my boy Morstead, the best player on the Saints.
Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh!
Oh.
Oh, dude. I almost got you at the punter.
Yeah, Morstead's the one that got Sherrills. He's a good tackler. Apparently the Patriots kicker is a good tackler too.
Punt that good, and of course I had no one down there to tackle it.
You out through your coverage. So that's why you actually want to call timeouts when the clock's running. I want to give you some tips.
Dude, as soon as I thought you had to hold it down to call a timeout, and I just tapped it on accident, and then...
comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I called the timeout after that punt because I thought he caught it. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess it didn't work. Oh, it didn't work. Never mind. I thought I called timeout after that big pass.
Yeah, I saw I had single coverage. I saw off coverage, so I was seeing if my guy could beat you. And obviously couldn't. Oh yeah, they have Sheriff. I like Sheriff. The guy, offensive lineman from Iowa. But this time... Nope. My God.
Pressure.
It's a check down. Well, I'm realistic here. I'm on a couple yards for the first. But, you know, I'm trying to blow coverage real quick. I'll take that too.
No!
Really doesn't help any at all. I had timeout. Yeah. So either way, it's a field goal attempt. He had like deep ones covered.
I guess you could have called timeout, but the play would last a second longer.
Well, I drove down the throat every single time.
No, you
Except for that one awful interception.
Yeah.
I had to make Cousins look a little bit realistic.
This is the comeback.
Oh, this is the Vikings game? You're gonna get that? Yeah, I have a 17-point lead. You have a chance. That's the magic number nowadays. The 17-point lead. And since we forget.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip.
Freak him out a bit.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said,
Yeah, freak him out a bit. Freak him out a bit. Yeah. Give me a block, kid. You're just standing there. Want my safety to do something?
God, so bad.
Yeah, I had cover 4, and I just bluffed blitz. Oh,
what?
Had a little hole.
Straight right through that guy.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think that was gonna work. Well, this is my favorite. It's one of my favorite plays.
Oh, great.
Second down following the run.
They have Vernon Davis too. They have a really good tight end group.
Play action now. Cousins. Throw right.
I just like it because it's so good for short yard situations. I think it's a good drive starter.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Big third down here.
Oh yeah, it's such a big close game. That's almost a ball game. If you have time, you want to do the? Have you done the draft champions thing yet?
The what?
Draft champions?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, it's a really cool feature of the new Maddens. It's like a fantasy draft, but there's a Hall of Fame play at the end, and you have like 3 draft picks, and you go for like 20 rounds. It's a lot of fun. We can do it quick if you don't. When do you have to get out of here?
Probably won't be able to, so I usually try to get going, like get ready for bed. Because I have to shave and stuff at like 9 o'clock. So.
Yeah, I thought like 9 usually when you go. Yeah, if I do another stream this week or next week, or whenever, you don't have to do that on stream. Oh.
Jeez.
I don't know why he wasn't taking care of the deep ball.
Oh,
cover 2. Okay, that makes sense. And that's why that deep guy was open.
Let's score 1 point. That's it.
He's fine. No, I don't think that. I'd be very impressed if you scored 1 point. Maybe 3 or 6. 1 point though.
Yeah.
You can get that quick PAT. But yeah, you should check out Draft Champions by yourself or whatever. Or,
Yeah,
like I said, you can play whenever. It's pretty cool.
Well, that didn't work.
Will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, one play interception. So
It's in like the Madden Ultimate teams.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they
Alright, Jacob's got like 7 minutes to go.
Oh god, I called the wrong play.
Oh
I
god.
don't even know what I called. Clicked the wrong button.
Don't give him a chance.
play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you have more confidence in it, and let him fling it.
Oh boys. Oh, yeah. I saw that.
God.
I saw that. I ain't no novice.
This is a disaster.
Yeah, it should have honestly been a pick 6.
Take a sidestep, get your keys to the game for the Super Bowl coming up.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Patriots victory for whatever that's worth.
No, that's pretty good stuff right there. Well, for the Eagles to pull the upset in Madden Simulator, I think Nick Foles, their quarterback, has to continue.
Look at the man now talking about Madden Simulator. They know who's playing.
He's wide open! Oh
Yeah,
my
my
god! What?
the good thing that 5 defenders is not
Finally
different.
make a good pass,
3, 2 for
and
10.
he doesn't catch it.
Oh man.
Both my good passes this game aren't caught.
For New England, they got to take away the tight end Zach Ertz. He's a big key.
Play right now, here's your chance.
And of course,
Oh no.
Tom Brady, long enough
Nah, it's empty. It's probably a short pass.
targets throughout the game.
Here's Breeze to throw.
Finally!
On target over the
Oh, the 3rd pass completed of the day. He finally has more complete passes than interceptions.
They like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about
But I don't think you trust out. And you know you have time. I think you could throw it deep. Because this pass rush is god awful.
break a few tackles and really
I guess you can't throw it deep. Yeah, I forgot you need thumbs to throw it deep.
They take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Mercy.
No, at least you can go to bed tonight knowing that you called this.
what's going on with your scheme?
I'm just gonna try to let you score right away, so that means I have more time to potentially score on you.
Okay, okay. So watch out for the punt block.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Not good on the call.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to float this
Give you a chance, Grant. My God, I thought Cousins could throw a deep ball.
down, but couldn't connect.
I also want to talk about.
Position there in a perfect
I think Teddy's deep ball is a lot better than people give it credit for.
shot at the end zone. And they went for the
No, here comes the goal
Yeah, I
line
mean-
plays.
able to complete it.
It's not great, but it's not really a big sample size, though.
Yeah,
You like this formation?
yeah, it's a goal line. I know that.
On second down, Cousins again.
Oh, yes! It worked.
It's audible to do 2 go routes. He can't get off the coverage.
Loss of 4.
I just want to lob it up to him.
Security's preached like crazy.
My receivers weren't god awful.
You got to know when to get rid of
Oh, okay.
the ball and save a little bit of yardage. If
Reed, you're gonna stay in and block. I can't do that because you're off the line. Well, that's fun. Pretty sure you can still block, but whatever.
changes everything in terms of
Yeah. Why don't you just
Yes! It's
throw it
working!
right away? Okay.
Back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th.
Gonna go for a 4th and 21.
Yeah, clear situation and go
little
for
faith.
it.
They're going to try on 4th down. From the shotgun.
Oh no.
A deep ball for Dotson.
What? He was all
Yes.
over him. Throw the flag.
Guys
Latimer was
I have
all
a
over
chance
him.
here.
That's-
I have a chance.
that was a good play call for me too. Cover 1, go deep on it.
4th down plays.
Okay.
Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't
Well,
work out,
once again,
it's disappointing.
I'll show a blitz. See if I'll blitz this time or not.
they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated. Good
Again,
Jesus Christ.
nobody ever makes a ball play on a tip ball. It's so rare in
Three,
Madden.
3 for 13, 29 yards, and 3 interceptions. I have the same amount of receptions to the other team that I do to my own players.
So they're still at the original line of of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And some extras
Just run
coming
the
up on
ball.
the line here, readying for the blitz.
Oh, I had that time perfectly too.
Second down.
When you press square, then press square again.
Hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans
Whoops.
first.
It's a game of matchups, and
You got tree tripped by, you got tripped in the grass.
move 'em around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out
I think it's the first time I did the play in this game.
talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
No.
Can anyone shed a block and get the linebacker?
No, you guys like you don't know what the double team drill,
Here to start quarter number 4.
I'm
the
driving.
Oklahoma drill. Who's
Driving.
dominated? Okay.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze.
Man, I waited too long.
Too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth
I backed him up.
That's third down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because
It'd be nice if I had any type of pass rush, though. That'd be kind of nice.
defense is confusing him. I don't
Mine
know if
field
he
goal
just has,
range.
bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the
My first pass rush all day. My boy Murphy.
midfield stripe. Trent Murphy.
All right. Well, even Ass Madden is telling me to go for it. So
Into a fourth down.
Don't
Gotta
have
go
much of
for
a
it.
choice.
Already slim hopes
Yeah.
are gonna ride on this one. They'll go
We didn't have much of a choice when the game started, but
now Breeze. Gotta have this one.
oh,
I hit swear again.
They'll get 23
Well, as long as I don't throw a pick here,
to New Orleans
I can actually score some points.
yo, Jacob's just going for the. He'll just take 3 knees and kick the quick field goal.
Play sheet
I might just kick a field goal right now.
plays have been
Might as well.
work in the distance you need.
Make yourself feel good about yourself. Yeah, and run formation.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara.
God.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24.
I thought the Saints had a good offensive line,
On the pickup.
and the Redskins aren't going for anything. Oh yeah, I have Josh Norman. I wonder if that helped at all.
Linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get
Kind of doubt it because I think he's extremely overrated. But Madden, he's good.
excellent hands. They can throw people
Yeah.
off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
When he make the quick mistake, oh, I had a safety there.
Get
He got
him out of
hammered.
the ball!
He got hammered.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. A gain of 16.
Wait, he caught it.
16.
What? Then the ball hit the ground.
I thought he dropped it.
Yeah, I thought it was the exact same animation we've been seeing all day. Okay.
Operating inside the
The game's giving you the
It's first and
the refs in the Super Bowl.
Mercy.
from the gun. It's Breeze.
Get it! Oh, come back.
Take it in
Come back.
for the Saints.
Yeah, good thing the game gave you a catch play. Okay, can he score? Can he score?
Yards out.
Why are they making
What?
me go for 2?
A bit close.
It's 3 8-point scores.
Oh, so you, yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about the field goal.
Yeah.
So they're going to go for 2.
Oh, there goes nothing.
Now Breeze.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
can we return it for 2? I've never done this before. I've never done this before. Let's go back, bro. Oh, Tedkin Jr., no way, Tedkin. Get out of here, Tedkin. Get out of here, Tedkin. No, 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 no.
Are you kidding me? No.
No.
Yeah. Damn it.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
Oh, man.
And this is going to be covered up.
Go, 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 go.
Fourth
Yeah, I accomplished my goal, and that's get 6 or score at any point.
Oh, man.
They brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the
Oh, it was
data
working
says
before.
the team's expecting an onside kick. 80% of the time, the team expecting it.
So maybe we can do a series during the offseason where I train you in Madden. Maybe that can be the goal.
Number is much more of a anecdotal.
Oh, yeah, worked before.
Coaches tell us, well, when you score on
Hey, Doc, I want not be awful.
the time you win the game, I'm still
Thanks,
waiting to
bud.
see that number
Oh my God! I actually.
Look at that weak dive.
Must be my internet connection that's making me so bad right now.
Oh yeah, it's the internet. Not the fact that you're born without thumbs. Oh,
Pick it up!
I had my big boy 71 wide open.
Alright, I'll score again here.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away.
He said he's gonna score again, boys. That's kind of like saying the Browns will win the Super Bowl for the next 3 years.
Yeah. 32-6. 5-minute quarters.
Oh no, look at that blitz coming.
Go!
There's actually no blitz coming, just 4. Cover 4 defense. Yeah, your slant guy underneath is probably wide open.
My guy didn't even shed a block the receiver on the line of scrimmage I was trying to go to, but
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
It is
This
a
is
shame that
not
neither of us
garbage
got a real
time.
running quarterback, because that's usually what's a lot more fun to do in Madden.
yeah.
Oh, why
And a
not?
Hail Mary.
And they're definitely showing blitz here.
They're definitely showing blitz here.
Probably gonna get sacked.
On second down, here's Breeze.
Come on, Norman!
Go! I
My
thought you said
God,
I
you're
wasn't
so
gonna
slow,
score.
Norman! My God, you're so slow! I really should have taken control of him. I thought he would have been able to bail out. I just ran him up to the line so you would want to throw it fast. We had a deep out.
Coming into the year, Breeze 465 touchdown passes, had another.
No!
See, it's tough, huh? Oh, he's a wee bit laggy. Okay, I'm gonna return this one back all the way. Telling you it's never happened. On an onside kick. I wish it was more than just this onside kick in this game.
God, it's impossible.
Lateral.
What? What? How do you even do that?
I think it's L1. I thought it was L2 at first, but it didn't work.
Now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right? That you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and
Well, there are some fun option plays to run on. Offense. Back to the old goal line. Oh, a field goal block, even better.
Okay.
Cousins here to throw.
What?
Oh, shit.
Hey, God, I'm trying to make you score so I have a chance to score again.
Oh, my bad. My bad for...
Trying 26 yards.
Trying to run out the clock?
Just kind of doing whatever. I never knew that this was a thing. So you can just do this, and it's he just stands there. Give me a block, 84.
Alright, but can you stop me this time?
Wait, I wonder if they have the play I like.
And they will line up now for the two-point try.
Read option, Cousins! No. Read option!
Yes! Well, kept you from scoring 30, potentially. What?
Come on, kicker. Don't suck. Oh my god, you guys are so slow. My god, I got turtles out there.
I'm pretty sure it's impossible to recover one of those in this game.
It's so hard. It's just doesn't let you get a good bounce. There's no skill involved. Just will the game allow a big bounce? Alright, Cousins not gonna do anything cool with you. Well, this guy.
Well, based on this game, I'd say we pay Kirk Cousins $40 million a year.
Yeah, and Breeze can retire.
He only went through his hands and then to your hands.
Get the football back. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass.
One of the longest fourth quarter in existence.
Okay, got 3 receivers. They got 2 defenders over there.
Throwing here, Cousins.
Oh, you can't pick that off.
He says this will be incomplete.
306 yards, 4 TDs, 1 interception.
Yeah, what an awful game.
Same way.
And even when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach.
I'm just trying to see what plays really work against field goal block and stuff. Oh, you're in a normal defense.
Wait, I didn't even try to.
Again, Cousins on 2nd and 10.
So I'll fix that. I do better against normal
That was
defenses.
so
Hey,
slow.
Williams. I'll let you catch up so you can miss too. I'll let you miss too.
What if he got?
And he will get into the end zone. It's
I think there's commands to do.
Well, I really thought you
touchdown
weren't going to
dances.
score again, but you did.
No idea what I did.
Alright, I still have a chance to score here now.
proverbial icing on the cake.
Oh, I had him again. I had no idea what
No
play I did.
good.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post.
Oh, you can aim.
Mothballs. Come on, don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic.
Oh, we got
No!
it.
I can understand.
Went out of bounds.
Been in a low, you fake it when you snap
No, we got it first.
Thought you
Yeah,
actually
we got
were
it
good.
first. No, we didn't. Just kidding. Oh,
my grandmother had.
I had it.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh. Do you want to know any of those
Two freeze actually has
defensive commands I do all the time?
Washington territory.
What?
Like how to get off coverage, stuff like that.
Yeah, how?
Inside the
No idea.
Triangle will pull up the menu for the defenses, then I'll show you like the different analog stick options. It's not too complicated.
into the red zone. It's Breeze.
There we go. There's that quick interception we needed.
God.
Turnover there as his guy
Yeah, it's actually Darrell Revis. Should let you know.
I'm firing the whole team.
interceptions in the game.
Complete rebuild next season.
What's up, Shane? How you doing? I'm just dominating my boy Batchin real quick. If anybody else wants to hop in after this, I think Jacob's gonna get ready for bed. But if anybody else thinks they can do a better job than Jacob,
It wouldn't be hard. Would not be hard. 5 interceptions.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Dotson with a grab.
give me that block though.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Oh,
They just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go.
All right, Shane, are you on PS4?
Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Cousins now to throw on first down.
Ah!
Deep right
no! Yes! Oh, turn around,
intercepted.
break it loose.
Picked up by
Oh,
and that will write a finish to this ball game.
well, wasn't pretty.
It wasn't
get
pretty. Okay. He's like, yeah, it was close. I mean, I barely won. It wasn't really pretty, but
We pulled it out,
yeah,
except we didn't.
I grinded it out. It was probably the rest. I probably deflated the footballs or something.
Well, I guess it's decided here then. Kirk Cousins will be the next quarterback.
Oh man.
All right, I'm gonna get off.
All right. Um, every Tuesday night probably, but Shane, I'm not sure what I want to do. Do I really want to keep playing? That's a real question. I think I'm gonna I'll call this stream, Shane. Maybe next weekend. And yes, the whole point of this was I found 98 Vikings roster. If you want, I was the one that did it. But if you want to, I can run down the 98 Vikings roster I created. Since that was the idea of the stream. You can see how good Jacob was. Oh man. Oh boy. A bit of a difference on the quarterbacks, eh? And then in the game, I was just doing whatever too. That was funny. Jacob's got potential though. He's not just awful at the game. I think he said this was his first Madden for a really long time. That's cool, Jacob. I should have showed you the stats. Oh, you probably could have still seen this though. Then you just like out of the party. I'll go down the old 98 Vikings roster. Oh, Jacob, if you're still here, I'll show you what I mean quick. You go to Ultimate Team. And then, I don't do this a whole lot. Oh my god, I don't care. I'll look at this stuff later, I really don't care. You go solo challenges. And it was Super Bowl stuff. No, just kidding, it's not here. Is it here? No. MLT draft, here it is. MUT draft. And then you just go here, you go play a friend, or you just do it ranked or whatever, and you'd be able to play against people and drafted things. I can show it off later, but I think I'll end this quick. So sorry you came here late, Shane, but I think I were going to end the stream right about now. Every Tuesday at 7 we'll be back here. All kinds of Vikings content coming up throughout the week, and my voice has died, so... Jacob's a beast, the best ever at Madden. But thanks everybody for staying tuned. It wasn't a giant crowd today, but everybody stayed here for just a bit. Always thanks to Jacob for joining me. It's a fun time. But yeah, every Tuesday at 7, maybe more as we go, but I'll try to make sure every Tuesday for sure. Unless I'm busy. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time.